What's happening? This is Dez from Devildriver. I'm blowing it up on Capital Chaos.
Santa Barbara, the home of a lot of surfing, a lot of college girls. You're probably, I don't see rings, but I'm assuming that.
I'm married.
Oh, you are? Okay, there we go. But you know, growing up in that environment, the sunny beaches of Southern California, Santa Barbara is a little cleaner, I think, or was, than say Venice Beach, right?
That's how we all met. That's how Devildriver met, is in Santa Barbara. My wife is from there. I moved there, so I'm not originally from Santa Barbara. So that's how we met. That's how we formed, is everyone at the time was living in Santa Barbara. And now we've only got one guy living there. Now everybody's moved out. So now we're just California-based metal band, you know.
Nice. You guys are not all living in California anymore?
No, we're all living in California at this point.
Which not in the college town?
Not in college town.
Oh.
You know? And yeah, it is college town, for sure.
Absolutely.
But it's a good time. If you've ever been to Santa Barbara, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's, and once again, the beaches are clean and there's nice waves. You probably are used to the water, I would imagine.
Yeah, I've skated and surfed my whole life because I live in California, you know, so I kind of grew up doing that. You know?
For sure. Did you, the board, do you remember the vision boards? Did you have a Palo Peralta?
Of course, yeah.
Is that, so you had a Palo Peralta
board? Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the Dogtown era. That's my era. You know, I mean, all those skateboards they show in the documentary, I owned most of them at one time or another. So we all grew up surfing and skating during that era. You know?
Nice. Your dad was in Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
He was, what was his role?
My dad, his name is Tiger. He was Tui on Leave It to Beaver, and my uncle was Whitey. And I didn't really know him that much growing up. You know, I've only come to know him later on in life, and even now we talk very frequently. You know, he's a good guy.
An artist,
acting in his blood, artist in his blood. So I think it kind of runs in the family. And his brother, who was also on Leave It to Beaver, who's passed away, was an artist, a painter. I've got a few of his paintings at my house.
And you had your son, you had your son singing backup on Last Kind Words, pushing that blood further on down the bloodline.
Well, I pushed the envelope for him to sing on the record, and he's a drummer. So he picked the opposite end of the spectrum, you know, which is awesome though. I just bought him a kit. And he can play Rain in Blood by Slayer.
Nice.
So the kid's getting good, you know.
Well, there's plenty of singing drummers in the world.
Yeah, you know.
Good ones for that.
Look, as long as they pick up something, as long as they pick up an instrument, it's good, you know. I'm happy.
It's a positive thing.
It's a positive thing for me.
Better
and my neighbors are cool too. They let us have 2 hours a day.
Nice.
Where he could bang, because it's pretty loud throughout the neighborhood. I live in a little valley, so it's pretty loud.
And he's not going to do the pads. He needs the real drum.
No, he's using a real drum. I mean, I bought him a full-on kit. So.
And I know that you did you tried to do the Guinness World Record Circle Pit in '07.
Yeah.
Did you? They said no. Are you just going to leave it at that, or is there any?
That Guinness thing was just funny to us, man. It was almost a joke on the bus. Like, let's try to do this over beers, you know. And they ended up coming to the show. And the best part about it, and I actually have to get that letter from Roadrunner Records, is they wrote Roadrunner a handwritten letter saying, we don't know how to do this, we don't know how to measure it, and you know.
It was a good laugh.
Yeah, it was a good time, you know.
You've had different producers in all of your records, right?
Correct.
And except for this one, Mark Lewis is producing this new record, is that right? Yeah,
Mark Lewis also helped well, I don't know if it's co-producer or engineer, I think it was engineer, Last Kind Words. But I mean, he was in there most of the time pushing the buttons, so for me.
So it's sort of a return away.
Absolutely. I knew exactly what I wanted to go to when we were with Mark. You know, he spent, you know, days on the tones of the drums and of the guitar, put in extra effort when it came to me. You know, he's not afraid to speak up. You know, so on the new record, if he didn't like something I was doing vocally, he wasn't afraid to like say, hey man, maybe we can go this direction with it. Maybe more wordy, less wordy. And it's good when you're in there because you're in a haze, you know, when you're laying vocals. So you need somebody to be in there and directing you. So it was good working with Mark. I like him, he's a good guy.
Direction, right?
Yeah.
The new album is a different direction than the last, or?
Yeah, it's a different direction, definitely. I mean, I think every record we've done has defined ourselves, and and been different than the last, you know, or the previous ones before that. This is a definite step up. I think we are all going through something in our lives where, you know, we just had to make something fast and crazy. So this is a really punk rock, gnarly, crazy record. I mean, I'm anticipating it coming out. I hope everybody else is, you know.
Do you have any ideas for artwork?
I'm working on the artwork right now. And it's funny, I'll email something to the band and one guy will go, I love it, and another guy will go, I hate it. So it's a fine line between coming up with something that we like, but we think we've got a cover at this point, and we definitely have a title.
The last cover was not so dark. Are you gonna go for something a little darker, or you're still
It's not going to be so
sure?
graphic and so imagery. It's going to be more based on the name and on the cross and other things, you know.
Sweet, sweet. What is fucking hang?
Huh?
Fucking hang. On your MySpace, there's some videos, and there's some reference to on the videos to fucking hang.
Fucking hang?
Fucking hang.
I don't know.
Okay, well, you know, you're not the only guy in the band.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You can ask anybody else.
I'm sure they probably know. I'm asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
You're following Kitty?
Oh, fucking Nang.
Oh, is it fucking Nang?
Nang.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's an expression in the UK they use. To reference to being badass.
Fucking
so when they
Nang.
say you're Nang, you're fucking Nang, you're bare Nang means, I've never heard of it either, man, but when we caught that on video, I swear to God, we were like, that is the best word ever.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's got balls.
Yeah.
Got that ing to it. Kitty, you're following Kitty every night. That's a different sort of challenge, I suppose.
For us, look, we've taken out numerous bands. I mean, had the been fortunate in life to share the stage with some incredible, you know, artists. I mean, from Napalm Death, Suffocation to, you know, we've taken out a lot of bands. And in this one, it was just time to do something different. And I wanted to do an all-girl band. And the only all-girl band in metal that came to mind was Kitty. They've been doing it for a long time. I got a lot of respect for them. They work harder than most dudes. And they got a vision for what they do. So yeah, it's great having them out. They've been barbecuing with us. And,
oh, nice.
And hanging out, yeah.
They're wonderful ladies, for
They are
sure.
wonderful ladies. It's a different kind of tour, man, to take out, you know, other bands that we haven't toured with as well. So, yeah.
I once saw a show in San Francisco. It was Discharge, DRI, Possessed, and Attitude Adjustment.
Damn.
And Discharge had changed their tune, and when they came out, they were playing their new stuff, and all people wanted to do was slam dance.
Right.
And they were getting spit on and shit thrown at them. And,
Right.
and towards the end of not even to the end of their second song, from what I remember, it was the bass player from DRI threw an empty garbage can up, you know, a full-on garbage can up on the stage and hit the drums. Have you ever thrown anything at a band playing on stage?
It's not my style, man. Art is art, whatever you're playing. If you're playing the blues and I'm digging it, cool, you know? I'm not that guy. But, you know, people probably wanted to hear their older stuff. I mean, I got a Discharge shirt up in my bunk right now.
Right.
I may wear it tonight, you know what I mean? So,
sure.
You know, maybe they wanted to hear their old stuff, I don't know.
Now,
I like a band that progresses, though, so.
Well, yeah, that would definitely be a progression. Anything that's different is a progression.
Yeah, so why not? You know, it's art, man.
Right.
Let it progress. Let styles ebb and flow and change. You know, you can't get stuck. You know, it's another reason why Devildriver does things different and makes every record sound different, man.
Yeah, but when you're 17 and all you want to listen to is DRI,
yeah,
dealing with it,
right,
an attitude adjustment,
right,
anything left, right, up, down of that.
People can be really close-minded in their own individual scenes, and I think that's a problem. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's
a
problem.
I think it's probably an age thing too.
I don't know if it's an age thing or whatever. I just think, you know, you got to be able to cross the boundaries. I mean, if you look at our shows, we've got people with mohawks and, you know, wearing Black Flag shirts and, you know, and different kinds of people coming. So you have to be able to cross lines with your music as well. I think it's important, you know. And a lot of people in those certain scenes, they're not about to have that, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, well, you can't change them either.
Right.
Cool. So I guess after this, you got your. I mean, it doesn't seem like you've had much time off.
No time off really. I mean, after this tour, we get 4 to 5 weeks, which is incredible, and I'm looking forward to it. Spending time with, you know, my family, my kids. I got a new Great Dane puppy at home that's 14 weeks old, so I'll go hang out with him and my Doberman and turn my phone off, man. That's what I'm doing. I'm turning my fucking phone off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Like,
fucking nang. Fucking nang. Fucking nang.
Hello, human scum! This is Orangevale commanding you to continue watching Capital Chaos. They support Guar and anal rape and all kinds of wonderful things.